969 years old. Like, your mind just can't fathom how long that is. Like, you're not measuring decades anymore. You're measuring centuries. Like, I mean, it is just mind-boggling to think someone lived to be almost 1,000 years old. Like, to us nowadays, like, you're like, man, like, they must, they figured out the how to live forever. I mean, 969 years. It is a very, very long time. But also, what you might not know about Methuselah is he was the very first prophet to prophesy about the second coming of Jesus. Did you know that? Very first prophet to prophesy, not about Jesus' birth, not about his death, his resurrection, but about the second coming. And we get this from Jude. In Jude, in verse 14, it says, Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied about them. He says this, see, the Lord is coming with thousands upon thousands of his holy ones. He's talking about when Jesus comes back that, we've been raptured, and then we have the 7 years of tribulation, and then the Bible tells us that Jesus is coming back with us. And that's what this verse is talking about. When it says thousands upon thousands of his holy ones coming back, that's us. When we come back with Jesus after the 7-year tribulation. Methuselah was the very first man to prophesy about the second coming of Jesus. Then we come to Lamech. Lamech was Noah's father. He was his father. And we want to read to you an interesting statement that Lamech makes about Noah at his birth. In Genesis chapter 5, verse 29, we read, it says, he will comfort us in the labor and painful toil of our hands caused by the ground the Lord has cursed. It says he's going to comfort us. God's going to use Noah to do something. He's going to help us bring relief for all of our pain in this wicked world that his father prophesied over his son, that God's going to do something great through the life of Noah. See, Noah, his great heritage of righteousness came through his father Lamech as he prophesied over him. He saw that God was going to do something great in his son's life. That God was going to use Noah in a wicked world. I'm not saying that the world that we live in is this great spiritual, awakening, and that it is bad out there. I understand that. I'm just saying it's nothing compared to Noah, but there is, sin. There is chaos. There is all of these, perversions. Like, we need to walk faithfully as Noah did. Walk faithfully with the Lord. So what does that look like? How do I walk faithfully in a sinful and fallen world? I think it's about character. I think it's about integrity, discipline, and a resolve to live for the cause of Christ.